Hi, Gaye DeRusso with the Majestic Rider, here today on Sport, now called Henry. We're going to work a little bit on cantering with him because the owner who has now bought him has not been cantering. This is a horse that trots when he's loose, but not a lot. He's naturally gaited, gaits very well, and then he will also pace. So when we go to canter him, if you get their head up, it will make them go towards the pace. So you don't want their head up when you're asking them to canter. You'd rather have their head down or be going over a pole or get a little trot step and then ask them because it's much easier. Some of the pacey horses can get it from their gait and they kind of swing up underneath themselves when they get it. But those are usually talented pacing horses. The ones that are pacey and kind of spastic, you got to get it from a walk. It's not going to work that well. So I always give the same cues when I ask him. I half halt, shift my weight to the outside, and use my outside leg. Okay? And again, he might, since he hasn't been cantering, he might do it, and then he might fall out of it right away, and that's okay. We're just looking for a couple steps here and there and the idea. But if I'm cantering and he gets his head up, he's most likely going to start pacing or pantering. Okay? So I'm going to half halt, shift my weight to the outside, canter. So he got it. Now his head's up. See how he's confused? So I'm holding. He's totally confused. He's racking. Hold. So I'm not releasing until he does the right thing. Now he's popping me out of the saddle because he's popping his lead. Wow, you are really confused. So I'm holding when his head's up, and I'm still asking for the canter. So see, I'm pumping, and he's not cantering. I'm using that pump. Whoa. Now he's not stopping. Okay. So I'm using the pumping to get the canter mode in his head. Now he's a little excited. That's okay. So he's popping his lead, and now he's gotten a little anxiety and a little jumpy, okay? So now we just got to do it again. But what he showed me is he's totally confused. He didn't understand. He cantered very well. He just hasn't done it, and now he's gotten everything confused, okay? So we're going to try it again. We'll try it without the pole first and see what happens. So half halt, shift my weight to the outside, left leg, canter. I'm pumping. He got it. I was just going to stop because he wasn't getting it. Now I got to keep my outside leg and rein against him because he's in a circle and I can feel he's trying to cross canter. So there, he got too fast. So we're going to back up and start again. So many of the lateral horses will cross canter. They cross canter when they lose their balance. That's what he's doing as he's going across the arena. The fence is helping him, so he's not losing it as much there. So I'm going to canter again, canter. See, he's racking. See, it's hard to get the canter from that. I'm slowing him down. Get his head down. Now he's totally confused, so no. And I went much longer than usual. It's hard, especially when they knew how to canter, to do it, but he's totally confused. So let's go back to the pole. So this needs a lot of work. He now has everything confused together. Now he's running up behind the horse even though it's over there. So what am I doing? I'm stopping and backing up. Like, don't run away from him. Guess what? Now you're closer to the horse. No, he's not running back. But if they shoot forward, I go backwards, stand there, get them calm again. Now let's try it again. Because he can't canter well if he's spooking from something either. So half halt, shift my weight, canter. Oh. So a couple of things. Once you get your stuff done, you're trying never to let them do the wrong thing because they get confused if sometimes they're let to do it. So every time he does something when I'm asking for the canter, whoa, like that, I'm stopping and backing him up because that's not what I asked. That tells him, no, don't do that because that's not fun. Backing up's not fun. But to me, it feels like they got anxious on him, so he's a little anxious. And a lot of people get anxious when they try to canter. I'm pumping to get him to do it. Good boy. Walk. Now I'm walking, not stopping. I'm walking, and then I'm going to try it again. So I'm just trying to get a couple steps here and there. Don't go for all of it in the beginning. especially if they haven't done it in a while, because you're trying to keep them calm and relaxed. So just transitions. Walk, canter a couple steps. Walk, canter a couple steps. But if they start pacing, stop them, back them up, get their head down, try it again. You can use a jump, but again, as soon as they get lateral, canter, stop. Nope, he ran into it. Even though he got the canter, he just ran into it. And he has a nice canter, just not right now. Okay, so we'll try it again. I'm going to go back to the pole. The poles help a lot, or a little jump. Canter. Good boy. So he's got to get his head down. So you don't want to canter horses like this all the way around the arena, because they're just going to start galloping. You just want to get him back in the mode. He lost his balance, then he paced, then he leaned on me. So I'm telling him no by backing up. Then we're going back to the pole. Okay? This is not fixed in a day. This can take weeks. Canter. Good boy. So see, that's a nice canter step, and then he loses it. He gets his head up, and then he thinks he's supposed to rack. Now he's cantering. I'm holding outside rein and leg because he's going to pop his lead. Outside rein and leg. Outside rein and leg. He's pulling. I'm holding. Now I'm stopping. Now I'm backing up. Because when I held to help him, he just pulled harder against me. And so I got to teach him that's not the answer. The answer is to back off, and I would have walked there because he cantered a couple of good steps. Canter. So I'm tapping him, pumping. Good job. Easy. He's going to lose his lead. I can already feel it. Now he's good. Now I'm going to walk. Walk. So I'm backing up because I asked him to walk, and you know what he did? He just kept pulling me. Okay? Now I'm going back to walking because this is what I wanted him to do. Like, hey, if you listen to me, look, you get a nice big break, and you get to put your head down. You have to be clear. It's very confusing for people. Okay? So he's confused. She's probably confused. I don't even know if she's tried it. But either way, he got confused somehow, some way. So we got to try, give him some breaks, and then try again. And this is the hard part with the Gated, because other trainers don't feel it, they don't understand it, and they just keep pushing them or kicking them or running them, and the next thing you know, you got a horse doing a flying pace that trips on something and flips over. You cannot run these horses into the canter unless they're on the trotty side, then you might be able to. But if they're pacey, don't do it. You will get hurt at some point, or the horse will. Okay, so we're going to try it again. So here we go. Canter. That's okay. We're going to go to the next one. My reins weren't short enough. Canter. Put your head down. Canter. Canter. I just tapped him because he wasn't going. Now his head's up. Now it's down. It's up. Now it's down. See me flop the reins for a second? Go walk. Now see, the time right before that, he yanked on me and pulled on me. And that time when I asked him to walk, he's like, yes ma'am, no more yanking on me and backing up. Please no. Just I'll walk. So that's what we're getting at. So, but if you just yank and you give no correction, they don't know what to do. Yeah, you might have told them don't do that, but then they're like, well, what do? I have no idea what I'm doing. What do you want me to do? You got to explain it to them in some way they can figure it out. So I'd like to try it again because I'm always trying to make sure that they're not guessing, which they are in the beginning. I'm like, are you sure you understand what I want now? I don't expect perfection, just better. Canter. Now he didn't get it. That's okay. Get his head back down. He already started trying to bring it up. Okay, half halt, shift my weight, left leg canter. Good boy. So he got one nice step and then he fell out of it. He's like, I don't think I'm supposed to keep going. Hold him, he's speeding up. I'm out of the saddle because I'm trying to get off his back so he doesn't pop his feet. Better, easy. Get his head down. Good boy. Walk. So see, that time I walked and I could feel he was shutting down, so I pushed my hands forward and I didn't have to pull on him. Now to me, that was bad canter. It was a little bouncy, it was a little choppy, and it was not so good. But that was almost one circle around, where before, when I started, I was getting like a step or two. So that's the thing with the gaited horses. You got to break it down. They can do so many things. They really got to understand what you want, and someone had to train them to do it. So with him, I know he knows how to canter. I'm the one who did it. So we just got to get it back. There has to be cue, and there has to be the correct frame for that horse. So with a Pacey horse, you don't want them all inverted when you're trying to canter. You're trying to bring their head down and round them, because that takes them more towards the trotty side of the spectrum. So it'll help you. Okay, so now we're going to try it this direction. This, I think, is a better direction, but we'll find out, because I can't totally remember. So get his head down, half halt, shift my weight, right leg canter. Wrong lead, so you got to know your leads. Half halt, shift my weight. Good boy. Now he pulled me a little bit to it. No, now he's just, can you get it, buddy? There he goes. Now look, when I let go of him, he doesn't know what to do. Walk. Now I came way in because we cut in. We'll try it again. But when I let go of him, he's like, what? Nobody's there. What do I do? What do I do? So we got to get him used to that flat walk and the running walk being on a more relaxed rein. Doesn't have to be longer. It just has to be relaxed. And so he knows that when we let go and there's leg, he's supposed to keep going. So let's try it again. Let's get his head down. Easy. Easy. Half up. Just weight, right leg. Canter. Now he got it, but his head was up. That's better. I'm still a little bit in a half seat because he's not that comfortable yet. That's better. Now he's cutting in, so bend left, hold. Because when I bent him to the left, he got faster. Now he's speeding up, so I'm going to walk. Walk. Bring his head back down. Now walk and get relaxed. So they do get anxiety. If you keep going, they're going to get more anxiety. So how do you teach them to calm down? Go back to a walk. Okay? They get scared going faster, just bring them back down. You're like, that was good. Each day we'll try for a little bit more. So with a horse like this that already knows, could it be much better in a week? It could. But it might not. Because again, we got the footing and everything affects it. So we're just trying to make it better. No, he tried to bring his head up. So he's anticipating a little. I'm like, wait for me, okay? So I'm going to use the pole down by the gate because I want some time to try to get him relaxed. I'm not pulling on him right now. Okay, now I'm going to start setting him up. So half halt, shift my weight to the right. He's ready. Canter. He didn't get it. That's okay. But did you see he picked his head up? He's like, I forgot what I was supposed to do. Okay, half halt, shift my weight. Canter. He cantered, but that was the wrong lead. So bring his head back down, start again. Half halt, shift my weight. Now he got it, but he got the wrong lead behind, but he tried really hard to get the correct lead. Now he got the wrong lead again. And so he tried, so that's why I didn't stop, because I don't want to punish him. He thought about it, and he's like, well, I can get my left front leg over it, but I can't get my hind end and the right lead, so easy. Easy. So if we don't get it here, we're going to ask without the pole. No, he keeps trying to get the right lead. Okay. So I'm just going to ask. Head down, half halt, canter. I'm going to pump. I'm going to pump, get his head down. I can feel it coming. And that's the hard part. Some of you can't feel it. It's coming. And so you stop. Now it's kind of, he's falling in. There, he's good. Now he stops. Whoa. Now, he's falling into the left. That just means he's unbalanced. Oh, I don't know if the camera followed me. But he's falling in, and so knocked off at some part. So I don't know when or where. The battery might be dying. Sometimes happens. So what I'll try and do is just canter over here next time. I know you can't see me. I got his head down. He's cantering. He's just losing his balance. There, he's good. Oh, good boy. Good job. Good job. So he got it pretty good there. He is being unbalanced, so he needs to work on the lunge line of cantering, working over poles. And when I say these things, I'm talking about, I do this stuff daily. That's why they get better faster. It's not once a week. Start doing poles every day, 5 minutes each direction. Get them over the poles. It'll square them up, make them a little bit on the trottier side, help you to canter them easier if it's a pacey horse. And it's also going to help separate their legs. They're going to put their head down. It should get them more relaxed. And we got to get him bending better because he's just not bending that well. And as I'm going faster, it's coming out. So I'm going to try it one more time. I always try to make it better. Sometimes that burns me. Oh, okay. So, not great, but better. And that's all we can hope for is better. So, I'm not even sure if the camera's on. So, we're going to quit there because that was good. He's confused, so we have to get his canter better. And we got to make sure nobody else is cantering him because I don't know what they're doing because it's going to confuse him more. Yep. And then once we get that canter back, then whoever's going to canter him has to learn how to do it correctly because he's very confused and he's going pretty fast and he never used to do that before. So that just tells me he's fast and he thinks he's supposed to run, and that's not how we want to canter. All right. Hope that helps. Remember, like and subscribe.